It is spring in Oklahoma. Actually, it's not quite spring in Oklahoma, but it feels like spring in Oklahoma. The snow has gone away, and that means an annual Rite of Spring in Oklahoma City, the Redbud Classic. It's Suzanne Chew joining us today. You are Public Relations Coordinator for the Redbud Classic. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for joining us here on our spacious couch that we just got in studio.
Great new setup.
It is.
Awesome.
It's getting there. It's getting there. And this is the 33rd annual Redbud Classic. What's new this year?
Well, new this year, every year we pick a different beneficiary, which is, something that we're really trying to stress. Redbud is a local event. We give money back to the community, more than $500,000 over 33 years. So our new beneficiary for 2015 is Boys and Girls Club of Oklahoma County. We're super excited to have them, partnering with us, and it is a partnership. They provide us volunteers, they stuff the runners' bags and the cyclists' bags. So, they definitely have a vested interest in the event. So
tell me more about that. That's interesting that you would go to them and say, hey, you're going to be our beneficiary this year, but here's how you can get involved, engaged, and help out.
Sure. Each spring, as soon as the event is over, we start taking applications for the beneficiary for the next year. And we get several local nonprofits that apply, and we narrow it down, and the board of directors reviews all of those applications. And one of their obligations as a beneficiary is to provide us with at least 150 volunteers over the course of the weekend. One of their main jobs is they stuff nearly 7,000 bags for
all of those packets, right?
Right. All the stuff is usually delivered there.
The numbers.
Yes, the bibs. Everything goes in. The shirts, all the supplies that come from sponsors, any of the giveaways. Those go in the bags, and so they stuff those. They help coordinate our children's event, which is on Saturday of the event. And they provide us just with volunteers all over the course. So it's definitely a partnership. We work together throughout the whole year to make the event happen.
It's a well-oiled machine at this point,
It is
isn't
a well-oiled machine.
Let me just say at this point, the Redbud Classic is April 11th and 12th. We'll get into the events in here in just a second. But the 33rd annual Redbud Classic, and you mentioned beneficiaries. I noticed that the 2016 beneficiary, contact Patty Anthony, right?
That's right. You can, info@redbud.org is our email address, and if you're interested in applications, she can get you that. And we are always anxious to get new beneficiaries and new people that are interested in partnering with Redbud.
That's fantastic. A great cause, and you put them to good use.
Right. It goes right back into the Oklahoma City community, which is not, something a lot of runs can't say. We are definitely a local event, and dollars stay here, which is important.
Perhaps that's why it is such a sustainable event. And let's talk about the events. April 11th on Saturday, it's the bicycling, right?
Right. We start at 7 o'clock in the morning with the cycling events. There's a 10-mile, a 33, and a 50-mile cycling tour. So you can have your kids on their training wheels doing the 10-mile or the avid cyclist all the way up to the 50-mile. And that starts at the Waterford Plaza. And it goes all the way out to Jones if you're running the longer route, and turns around and ends right back there at Waterford Complex.
That's quite the tour.
It is quite the tour. And then there's a pancake breakfast for all the participants afterwards. There's live music. There'll be beer at the finish line. It's a great event, to start off your Saturday morning.
And that is Saturday, April 11th over at the Waterford Complex. And then the next day on Sunday is where a lot more events take place, including some running and walking.
That's exactly right. We have a 5K run, a 10K run, a 2-mile walk, a baby stroller derby, and then even a 5K wheelchair event. And all those start at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
Now, you will not be running this year. You'll be running the show, running back and forth, but there's a lot of hustle in your day too, right?
It is a definite busy day with this starting off at the start line. We have Jack and Ron from KISS FM that typically do our start line, so I'm up on the scaffolding with them, and they shoot off the gun, and we get everybody going, and then I end up at the finish line pretty quick.
Let's talk about the finish line, because there's some exciting events this year there.
Absolutely. We have a new event this year called the Redbud Bash. And it's really going to be a standalone event. Even if you're not participating, you just want to come cheer on and just really get into the Redbud atmosphere. We're going to have food trucks. There's going to be a TV. We're going to watch the Masters. There's live music. Coop Beer will be out there as well. It's definitely going to be a standalone event to participate in the weekend.
It's the Redbud Bash. The hashtag, I believe, is fun at the finish.
Fun at the finish. That's right.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. You mentioned the finish line. I've run this event a couple times. I thought it was pretty challenging just because all the hills in Nichols Hills. It's a decent run, but the supporters along the way, whether they're at the water stations or just in their front yards, and then at the finish line, really makes a big difference.
I think that's what makes Redbud unique. I mean, the community support, and on a hot day, you have people standing out there, in front of their house. They'll squirt you with a water hose.
That's right.
They'll throw water on you and make their own additional little water stop, if you will. You have people with music outside, and we have contests every year where people decorate their sidewalks, and they can win a block party. So we definitely have different things that go on that encourage the community to participate. And the residents of Nichols Hills love it. It's a great event.
It is a great event, rain or shine this year, April 11th and 12th. It's the 33rd annual Redbud Classic, benefiting the Boys and Girls Club of Oklahoma County. I should mention the Oklahoman is proud to be the media sponsor this year. Suzanne Chew, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Looking forward to the event.